Hi, welcome to the channel. Yes, as usual, my name is Abba, and today we're going to Friedberg, Germany, and we're going to also go to Bad Nauheim in Germany, all in Hesse, and then we're going to really enjoy. What are you going to see as a tourist? What are the places to go? What are the things to do? This is the video for you. So yes, for me, I did love this place because one, the climate is good. Yes, the climate is good. You see also the beautiful architecture in there, like the houses, how they are. You see the traditional European kind of buildings, which have been there like since 19 something something, but it still looks good. It's still like that gives it that spirit of the town. And for me, I really did love that a lot. And the climate was good, like the weather was good. Yes, even early part of winter in there. So yes, this is Friedberg, Germany. We're going to start with this part and then go towards its second sister's kind of part, which is the Bad Norman as well. And so, yes, shout outs to my super hosts for this video. Yes, my super host for this was AB and Nancy, and thank you very much to them. They were phenomenal. So, on the main city area, yes, there's a lot of shops and things on that stretch, and one of them is Teddy. And I think for this, we're actually looking for some curtains. Yes, I needed some curtains and those things in there. So, I was just trying to check some of the shops, and this pretty much felt like China more kind of vibe in Ghana, but I think you get a lot of basic like house stuff you can use over there. But that stretch has a lot of shops in there. Also in this video, I'm going to give you a bit of highlights on what you get for most of the shops, especially if you come here and you need to get some few things. But like I said, for me, one thing I really did love was the architecture. It was good, the city planning, and Germany is always bubbly. Like you see people up, going down all the time. It's not as quiet and calm like in Finland. Yes, in Finland you enjoy the serenity, but in Germany you don't really enjoy the how active or how populous the place is. So yes, and one of the main things you can always do in Germany is the castles, the churches. Those are a lot of things you can really enjoy. So this is one of their very old churches that was built in Friedberg. Yes, and it's gigantic, like it's enormous. It's got a lot of history as well, and I think this is one of the beautiful things you get to enjoy in Europe whenever I travel to Europe as well. So Germany, you like I made mention of, Germany is well known for its castles, its churches, and like the how do you call it, their bread and all those things as well. And so for this church is one of the things you can actually check and take some good, nice pictures there. Yes, take some good pictures that you'd actually use after your travel in there as well. You take some wonderful ones in there. The church had its stuff written in German. Honestly, if I tell you I could read it, I'm lying. I didn't read it because it was mostly in German and Google Translate. But that's a beautiful place to actually check. It's very beautiful. It's very gigantic. It's very enormous. It's good for Instagram pictures, TikTok pictures, and TikTok videos and all those ones. And it has that ancient vibe, and it's still very strong. These are churches or these are buildings from the early 19s, and they are still very strong. And that tells you the good work the people before they actually put into those. And when you walk in through town, like I said, you get to really appreciate a lot of things. And I saw this well, I was like, hey, bula. So I saw this well and I was like, whoa, that's nice. And I went to check, and these were like very old wells. They are not in use, but they've still kept those things in there. They are not in use, but then you still get to see them as well. There are some mini fountains in between the town as well, very much enclosed, but you see a lot of like the buildings and all those things, which I think is something we should do well at in other parts of the world, especially Africa as well. And the buses and things also run in there. You also have the electric charging and all those things also in there. So the next destination, of course, was the castle. Yes, the Berg, the Friedberg Berg, which is like Berg Friedberg, which is like castle or Friedberg Castle. Yes, yes. So the castle also has a lot of history, and in those days, castles showed territory. Castles were where the kings and queens were, administrative work and all those things. So they always have a lot of richness in there. And honestly, when you are outside this castle, like it looks like, whoa, there's a nice castle. You enter in, and I was like, are we in the castle? Because my perception of castles before this was more of like the ones you have in Cape Coast and all those ones. Yeah, castle, all true. But this one, you enter and you see a bit of buildings and stuff, people actually stay within it there. So now you have some apartments and things in there as well. I think it would be beautiful staying within a castle, but it's pretty big and stuff. Honestly, I think I was a bit marveled, or let me say, culturally shocked in there because I expected castles to be all, that's typical castle vibe in my mind, but that wasn't what I saw. But I think it's still beautiful in there, and I like the fact that everything is clean and well organized. I think if I'm going to stay there next time or something, I won't mind trying to sleep in one of those accommodations or houses there. I'd really love to have that experience as well. So yes, the castle is one place you definitely have to check out if you're a tourist in there, or whenever you find the opportunity to be in there. Fortunately, like I made mention, this was shot the early parts of winter, and so around this time, in most parts of Europe, is a lot of skiing, ice skiing, and then ice skating, and most of those ice kind of stuff. So I think around this period, they were doing some ice skating in there as well. And there's another like mini church stuff. I think there were two churches in the castle as well. And yes, they all have their beautiful architecture in there. And the castle is actually very big. Like I was marveled. It's very big. It's a big area, land area with a lot of buildings and things in there. The church, the play area, all of them like in the castle. And the region is actually walled. Like so when you follow through from the castle, you see the main walls all over the region, which is interesting. Yes, it's very interesting. And I like the fact that they've been able to what keep all these things. It's sad that in our part of the world, when you come back to Africa, you check out castles, how they are managed, how they are maintained. Sometimes it's a bit disheartening. And it's beautiful how they've still kept these and they are still in good state. You can still enjoy in there. And I like the part where there are parks, there are walkways within that you can actually go to. And this one of those open to use castle areas here. So you don't need to pay anything to enter or to use a space, which is very good as well. It is just in the heart of the city. So and like I said, people stay all over, all around it, and also within it as well. And you realize one thing about houses here, one thing that really I liked most is the fact that they make most of the space. And so most of the rooms or most of the houses have this kind of attic or rooftop kind of buildings or rooms in there, which I really did love a lot about it. And like I said, it's very gigantic on a very large mass of land. And every side, whether you inside the castle, outside the castle, around the castle, you get a lot of picture worthy places to actually take your moment, capture your moment. So yes, the Christmas message you saw, I actually shot it in this castle as well. So yes, definitely if you are in Friedberg, Germany, or if you come to Germany and you're around Frankfurt, please take the train, come here and enjoy it. And I really did like the fact that they also have parks. Yeah, so this is an open to use park just by the castle. It's not far from the castle, about 5 minutes walk down that lane I showed you. You're going to come to the park. Unfortunately, the day I went there, it was a bit foggy in the morning. Like I said, this was during the winter time, and so before the snow comes, sometimes the whole space can be a bit foggy. So it was a bit some way. So pardon the the quality of it right now, but it's part of nature. Yes, and so the parks are also open to use. You can sit in, you can relax. I think most people use it more in the summer, because in the summer you can sit and do a lot of activities in the park. But during the winter time, it's a bit cold, and people tend to be more indoors. I thought there was a pool in the middle of the park, but later I was told it's not actually a pool. I think it's a cemented space within the park, but because of the rains and stuff, it's pretty much gathered in there. And I think once it snows and everything becomes well, you can even do some skating and things over it, which would be fun and nice as well. But that one, I don't know. As a tourist, I can't talk more about it as well. And just by the park area, which is also not far from the castle, like I made mention of, is another beautiful church. Yes, it's another beautiful church. Like I made mention of, Germany has a lot of castles and churches. Yeah, so whenever you go there, you have a lot of places you can take your Instagram pictures in there. And there's another very cute church. Like this is one of the cutest church I've seen in Europe. Like I was so impressed with the church. It's so cute. It's just adorable. Yeah, so it's just by the park area. I was just amazed by its cuteness. Honestly, I didn't go and read whether it's a Catholic, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Protestant. I didn't even go and check, but I think it's very cute. One main entry just behind it, or at the front of it. Yes, so, and I think it's cute because even with the door, you realize that the main door is just so cute, so little in there as well. And I think for them, like I made mention of earlier, it's about the preservation of their culture over the period or over the years. And so you still get to appreciate the old even till today, which is beautiful in there. And the park is big. You can do a lot of things in there. You can sit, you can relax, you can read. The kids can play a lot of games. There's a lot of space, and then actually a play area for the kids as well, which you can also take advantage of. And typically, I would have gone to trial, but I don't want my nephew to come and tell me that I am not, I'm an adult. So because I have been warned I'm an adult, please, I didn't go and do any seesaw or any child's play. But I think it's fun to sometimes try these things out, yes, in there. And the town is actually big, but like I said, one thing you'd really see and appreciate is the buildings, how they are, the rooftop houses. And one thing I also got a shock of was the HH stuff. Because in Ghana and stuff, when you see H, you see it's more of hospitals. But over here, the H is more of their bus stops. So when you see the H, it tells you that there's a bus stop here, the bus is going to stop here. It gives you more details about it. And these are other parts of the town. When you are in Germany, please, one thing you need to try apart from their bread is the doner kebab. Doner kebab is just mwah, 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 mwah. It's mostly for meat, sometimes chicken and all those things, with vegetables and bread and all those things. You get other shops like CNA, you get good brands in there as well. So that is definitely when you are in Germany. So just from the castle, you can also, there's a road that goes to the next city or town, which is Bad Nauheim, and they also have a lot of things you can do there as a tourist or as a visitor. I think they also have a beautiful park. They also have the churches, and this was around the Christmas festivity, and so Christmas market was ongoing in Germany. Christmas market is a big thing where you get to drink, hang out with friends, enjoy the Christmas drinks and all those things. So it's something which is big in there. But I didn't shoot more of that side because I didn't want people coming in. You have issues later on. And this part, like I said, this park was way bigger than the one at Friedberg, and this also has more cultural history in there. You can see them, you can read on them, you can check them, you can sit there, you can do a lot of things in there. And I think this park also had more things to see and do. Yes, so if you're a fan of rich history and things, I think this is a place where you should be going. There are directional signs all over. So as a tourist, it's not really that bad in there. I think this is serene and beautiful. If I was staying here for a long time, I think I would have loved to visit more of this Yes, in Ghana, in Africa, you don't appreciate it much, but out here, you'd really appreciate it very well. And they have their, should I say, a lake or something in the park, which is beautiful. Seeing the ducks, the birds, all the nature, the fountains, and all those things. They kind of reduce your stress or your mental kind of stuff in there, which I think is beautiful and is awesome. And just after the park area, you're going into the main town, you see a lot of shops, and they also have a beautiful church there. You can also take good pictures and enjoy the serenity. Like I made mention of, as a Germany, it's a lot of castles, a lot of church, and then the buildings or the architecture of their buildings are also unique, and their parks. Yes, their parks are also there. So this is one of the very famous statues over there. You should definitely check it out. I was told he's one of those very popular people from, I think, America. Yes, yes, yes. It's something you should actually try and take a picture with him when you go. And in Germany, you see on most of their bridges and things, you see padlocks there. And the whole thing of the padlocks is maybe me and my boo and me and my bee. We just, put a padlock there, sign of our love, and we just put it there. People do that a lot. So don't be so shocked when you see that a lot in there as well. This part has maybe more, should I say, more or less traditional buildings. They are not like the other ones at Friedberg, but you also see the architecture in there. You see the blend of mid modernity into the very modern, but typically you still see kind of roof kind of topped kind of buildings in there. And we also passed through some of their popular shops like Kick. Yes, Kick has a lot of clothes and all those things in there as well. So if you do happen to be in Germany, those are shops you can also check. Don't forget, Doner Kebab is also there. You have to check. I've made mention of that. Very necessary. Yes, and shout outs to 9924. Yes, he made me laugh. Doner Kebab. Yes, yes, yes. He was like, try that when you go to Germany, and I tried it, and it was very good. So, yes, and we're back to the bus station. We had to take the bus to the other side of town. But you can also walk in Germany, in Europe, most part of Europe. There's buses, there's trains, there's cycling, and of course, walking. Walking is very healthy and also very good. And you get to see and enjoy most parts of the city. What I like about Germany is their train networks. They work, they are also, like, how do I say, well positioned as well. Yes, their train networks are very good. So we went towards the train area. I think this has some warehouse or companies or something around that stretch. I've forgotten what exactly they were, but it's this part goes towards the more of new kind of buildings, modern, yes. But I like the fact that even though they are modern architectured ones, you realize that they still kept a bit of that um, Germany touch in there, where you still have the rooftop kind of buildings. Some of the things that shocked me when I was there was, one, shopping bags and shopping carts. In fact, in Finland, I don't see people use those shopping carts where you can wheel them. So those were like cultural shocks for me in the number one. Another thing I was pretty much shocked with was the fact that in Germany, like, people don't walk so much like that. They do a lot of cars and all those trains and stuff. Maybe because Finland is a bit smaller. So yes, that was another thing. And the next thing to that kind of shocked me a little bit was when we went to the supermarket, the shopping area. So they have more of shopping areas where you see them clustered, like little DM, Aldi. You always see them kind of clustered. They have the shopping kind of areas in there. That is very much popular in Europe. But over here, I never knew, like, the carts are usually locked. So in Germany, usually they may be locked. They come in locked. So if you have to unlock it, you need the coin to put it in. Then they can open, then you can actually take the cut and use. That was something that I had not experienced in this part. So I think that was also good in there. But the Lidl originates from Germany, and Lidl is one of the lifesavers in Europe because you get a lot of fresh fruits, vegetables, food items, home items, which are always like not overly pricey. They're always fair priced, and it's a blessing. So if you happen to be in Europe and you want to shop, I think one of the shops you can always check is obviously Lidl when it comes to food and all those things. Aldi is good when it comes to also groceries and all those stuff like chocolates and all those things. Creams, Aldi is there. DM is also good as well. But I'm going to give you more hints as we go on in this video on the latter part where to get what as well. So I'll just check in how different this Lidl is from the ones we have in Finland, and I think they're virtually the same thing. Another thing in Europe is about recycling. So you see people tend to pick up their bottles, glasses, and stuff, and then you tend to use the machines. So when you give it, when it's done, it will give you your money as well. So when you're done with the shopping carts, this is how they are. You just pack your things in, you can close it up, and you can wheel it to wherever you go. Because the shopping areas are not too far from where people stay. I saw quite a lot of people using shopping carts. And another thing too that you also see in Germany is these special areas for the people from Israel. The Jewish people tend to have their solemn areas in here as well. That's one thing you can also see when you come here. Most of them are underlocked unless they have special occasions or something, then they go in. Like I made mention, when you see the H stuff, that is for the bus stops, and they would usually have a sitting area you can sit and relax. It depends on where it is. You also have the e-charging ports for cars and for bicycles as well, because you have e-bikes, you have e-cars, which you can charge up. That is something that you can also have access to when you are here. Then, whenever you have to cross the road, don't forget to press for the pedestrian cross. Once it's blinking like this, it's good for you to go. The beautiful thing is when it's nice, a lot of light stuff you get to enjoy here, especially during the winter time as well. And a lot of shops you can actually check out from, which you'd really be helpful. I think one major shop you can always check out for in Germany is Dutchman. Dutchman has a lot of good shoes. You wear for a very long time. Like they're more durable. The price is also fair. But there are other brands and things. So yes, those are some of my special recommendations for you. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you did learn a lot of things. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know other places you'd want to actually see, especially in Europe, and I'll try and do a content on that for you. Till I see the next video, do live life to the fullest, be joyous, be merry, lots of love for my team, and I see you in our next video. Mwah.